My friends, weak legs and nighttime leg cramps are not a normal part of aging. They are warning signs. Your muscles are telling you something is missing. Today I'm going to show you the top 7 vitamins your legs desperately need. The vitamins that help your nerves fire properly, your muscles contract smoothly, and your blood flow stay strong. Most people believe that weak legs, trembling muscles, and sudden nighttime cramps are just part of getting older. But the truth is far more shocking. In most seniors, these symptoms are not caused by age at all. They are caused by hidden nutritional deficiencies silently draining the strength from the legs day after day. When researchers at the National Institutes of Health analyzed muscle health in adults over 55, they found that more than 70% had at least one major vitamin or mineral deficiency directly linked to leg weakness. And here's the part no one tells you. Even a mild deficiency can cripple your muscle power without showing up on routine medical tests. That means millions of people walk around every day thinking they're just getting older, when in reality, their muscles are starving for the nutrients that allow them to contract, fire, and support the body. Imagine your muscles like an electrical system. Every step you take, every time you rise from a chair, every moment you balance on your feet, it all depends on precise signals traveling from nerves to muscles. But if vitamins like B12, D, magnesium, and potassium are missing, those signals misfire. The wires spark, the system short circuits, and the legs begin to weaken. That feeling of heaviness in your thighs, that sudden jolt of pain in the calf, that trembling when you try to climb stairs, these are not coincidences. These are warning flares from your body telling you something essential has gone missing. Scientists at Harvard found that low magnesium alone can disrupt more than 300 biochemical reactions inside muscle cells. Without it, the tiny fibers inside your muscles cannot relax properly, leading to tightness and nighttime spasms. Meanwhile, vitamin D, a nutrient almost 60% of adults over 60 lack, controls calcium absorption, bone strength, and muscle contraction. When vitamin D levels drop, leg muscles become weaker, slower, and more prone to sudden cramping. In a study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology, seniors with low vitamin D were found to have 32% less leg strength, even if their lifestyle was identical to those with healthy levels. But the most surprising deficiency of all is vitamin B12, a nutrient essential for the insulation around your nerves. When B12 dips, the nerves supplying your legs begin to malfunction. Signals become blurry, movements become clumsy, walking becomes unstable. This is why B12 deficiency can mimic neurological disorders, because the nerves feeding your legs literally cannot communicate properly. And as we age, the stomach produces less acid, meaning the body absorbs drastically less B12 from food than it used to. By age 60, almost 1 in 3 adults is functionally deficient without knowing it, because the symptoms look like normal aging. When potassium drops, the body's electrical system becomes unstable. Potassium is the mineral that allows your muscles to contract smoothly and your heart to maintain rhythm. Even a slight dip can cause twitching, fatigue, and sudden night cramps that wake you out of deep sleep. Many seniors lose potassium due to medications, dehydration, and excessive tea or coffee consumption and never realize the connection. All of these deficiencies create a silent chain reaction. The muscles weaken, the nerves misfire, circulation slows, and the legs begin to lose their power. Then comes the fear of falling, the fear of climbing stairs, the fear of walking too far and having your legs fail you. Research shows that older adults with weak leg muscles are 4 times more likely to suffer a fall, and falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in seniors. But here is the hopeful truth. In so many cases, this decline is not permanent, it is not inevitable, it is reversible. When scientists corrected key micronutrient deficiencies in older adults, especially vitamin D, magnesium, B12, potassium, and calcium, they observed something extraordinary. The legs began to regain strength within days, not weeks, days. Muscle fibers fired more efficiently, nerves became more responsive, balance improved, coordination returned, and nighttime cramps reduced dramatically. In one clinical study, simply raising vitamin D levels improved lower body strength by up to 25% in just 8 to 12 weeks. That's the power of restoring the building blocks your muscles rely on. Think of it like this. Your legs are engines. Engines need fuel. they need electrical signals, they need stable wiring, they need clean oil. When these essentials disappear, the engine sputters, shakes, and eventually shuts down. But when you replenish the system with the right nutrients, the engine roars back to life. Your muscles begin to contract with power again. Your steps become lighter. Your coordination becomes sharper. Your balance becomes safer. And suddenly, the things you were afraid to do, climbing stairs, walking long distances, getting up from the floor, become possible again. We live in a world where people think aging automatically means losing muscle strength. But science says otherwise. Yes, the body changes with age, but the greatest changes come from the nutrients we lose along the way, not from the years themselves. When your body doesn't get what it needs, your legs pay the price. They weaken, they cramp, they tremble, they slow down. But when you give your legs what they've been missing, your body responds faster than you think. The truth is powerful. Most senior leg problems can be slowed, reversed, and prevented by restoring the vitamins and minerals your muscles depend on. What feels like aging is often just deficiency. What feels like decline is often just imbalance. And what feels like weakness is often your body begging for the nutrients it lost over time. Your legs have carried you through every chapter of your life, through work, family, hardship, joy, and thousands of miles of movement. They are strong, resilient, and capable of rebuilding at any age, but they cannot rebuild themselves without the raw materials. And that is why identifying and correcting these deficiencies is one of the most powerful science-backed steps you can take to restore strength, prevent cramps, and stay active, independent, and mobile for years to come. Most people don't realize that the strength in their legs is controlled by an invisible network, a delicate partnership between muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. When even one part of that system weakens, everything collapses. And this collapse often begins with simple vitamin and mineral deficiencies that quietly sabotage the muscles long before symptoms appear. Scientists now understand that leg strength is not just determined by age, exercise, or lifestyle. It is determined by the microscopic chemistry inside your cells, the oxygen moving through your circulation, and the electrical signals firing through your nerves. And when the body lacks certain nutrients, that entire system starts shutting down piece by piece. Your muscles are not just hunks of tissue, they are living electrical machines. They contract because calcium flows into the muscle fibers. They relax because magnesium pulls the calcium back out. They stay energized because B vitamins convert food into fuel. They move smoothly because potassium balances the electrical charges inside each cell. And they stay alive because oxygen-rich blood flows through arteries that depend on vitamin E, omega-3s, and nitric oxide. When your legs feel weak, shaky, heavy, or unsteady, it's often because this system is being deprived of the nourishment it needs to function. In a groundbreaking study from the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging, researchers found that deficiencies in magnesium, vitamin D, and B12 directly impair lower body strength by disrupting nerve communication. When nerves misfire, muscles don't receive clear instructions. Instead of smooth, coordinated contractions, the legs respond with twitching, stiffness, or sudden cramps. Imagine trying to run a sophisticated machine with frayed wires. That is exactly what happens inside the legs when vitamins fall short. The nerves that lift your feet, stabilize your knees, and balance your weight begin firing late, firing weakly, or not firing at all. Scientists at Oxford discovered that even a subtle drop in B12 levels can slow nerve conduction speed by nearly 20%, making your legs respond like they're underwater. This is why seniors with B12 deficiency often describe their legs as heavy, numb, or slow. They aren't imagining it. Their nerves are literally lagging, and when nerves lag, the risk of tripping, stumbling, and falling skyrockets. The World Health Organization reports that falls are now a leading cause of injury-related death in adults over 60, and poor leg strength is one of the biggest contributors. But nerves are only part of the story. Blood flow shapes the entire health of your legs. Every time your heart beats, oxygen travels down into your thighs, calves, and feet. Muscles depend on that oxygen to produce energy. But here's the shocking part. As we age, circulation naturally slows, and vitamin deficiencies accelerate this decline dramatically. Vitamin E, for example, is one of the most powerful natural blood flow boosters, yet over 80% of adults do not get enough of it. Without sufficient vitamin E, your blood becomes thicker, your arteries lose elasticity, and your muscles receive less oxygen. That oxygen shortage is what causes burning calves, fatigued quads, and slow recovery after walking. Omega-3 fatty acids also play a major role in keeping blood vessels flexible. A study from the American Heart Association found that seniors with higher omega-3 intake had significantly better leg blood circulation and were able to walk farther without pain. When omega-3 levels drop, inflammation rises, blood vessels stiffen, and muscles suffocate from lack of oxygen. This is why some people feel their legs tighten like a vice when they climb stairs or walk uphill. Their muscles are begging for oxygen that isn't arriving fast enough. And then there is magnesium, the mineral almost everyone is missing. Magnesium helps the muscles relax, keeps nerves steady, and ensures muscles don't spasm out of nowhere. But more importantly, magnesium controls the flow of calcium into the muscles. When magnesium is low, calcium floods the muscle cells uncontrollably, creating tightness, tension, and sudden cramps. Researchers at UCLA found that magnesium deficiency alone can reduce muscle efficiency by almost 40%. Meaning your muscles burn more energy but produce less power. This is why many seniors feel exhausted after just a few steps. Their muscles are working harder than they should because the chemistry inside them is unbalanced. Vitamin D also plays a powerful role in muscle strength. It helps the body absorb calcium, supports nerve-muscle communication, and boosts fast-twitch muscle fibers responsible for quick movements like catching yourself when you slip. In a landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors with low vitamin D were found to have dramatically reduced leg strength and were nearly twice as likely to fall. The reason? Their muscle fibers were literally shrinking from lack of vitamin D. When the body doesn't get enough of this essential nutrient, the muscles lose their ability to generate power. Potassium, the mineral of electrical stability, keeps your muscle contractions smooth and controlled. Without potassium, the electrical charges that trigger movement become chaotic. This is why low potassium causes twitching, spasms, and sudden nighttime cramps that wake you up from sleep like a shock. Millions of people suffer from these cramps, yet very few realize that they are often caused by simple mineral imbalances made worse by dehydration, medications, or excessive caffeine. The most astonishing part is how quickly the body responds once these deficiencies are corrected. In clinical trials, seniors who restored their magnesium and vitamin D levels experienced better balance, faster walking speed, and fewer nighttime cramps in as little as 10 to 14 days. Restoring B12 improved nerve conduction and reduced numbness and tingling in just weeks. Boosting vitamin E and omega-3s improved circulation so significantly that leg pain during walking decreased by nearly 30%. And this is the message most people never hear. Your legs are capable of rebuilding strength at any age because muscles are living tissues that respond to nourishment. When your body gets the fuel it needs, your legs begin to wake up. The nerves fire more accurately, the muscles contract more powerfully, the blood flows more smoothly, and something incredible happens. Mobility returns, confidence returns, independence returns. What feels like aging is often just a lack of raw materials. What feels like weakness is often just starvation at the cellular level. And what feels permanent is often completely reversible when you give your legs the nutrients they've been missing. Strength isn't lost. It's waiting. And when the right vitamins and minerals flow back into your system, the transformation begins, quietly, steadily, powerfully, from the inside out. Most people believe that rebuilding leg strength takes months, maybe years. But the truth emerging from modern science is far more hopeful. The human body begins repairing itself within days when the right nutrients return to the system. What looks like aging, what feels like permanent decline, is often just the fallout of long-term nutritional gaps finally catching up to the muscles. And once you restore those missing vitamins and minerals, the body responds with a speed that shocks even researchers. In a study from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who corrected key deficiencies in vitamin D, magnesium, calcium, and B12 showed remarkable improvements in leg strength, balance, and walking speed in as little as 10 to 14 days. 10 days, not 10 months. Because the human body is not as fragile as we think. It is constantly rebuilding, rewiring, and regenerating. All it needs is the raw material. Think about the legs for a moment. They're not just limbs, they're hydraulic machines made of living fibers. Every step requires electrical impulses, fuel molecules, blood flow, and neurological coordination. And each of these systems relies on nutrients that many older adults simply don't get enough of. When magnesium rises, muscles relax more efficiently. When vitamin D increases fast-twitch muscle fibers, the ones responsible for quick, life-saving reactions begin to regenerate. When B12 is restored, nerve conduction speeds improve, transforming slow, dragging legs into responsive, steady ones. And when potassium levels normalize, the electrical stability inside every muscle cell returns, stopping cramps before they even begin. This is why a simple daily routine built around restoring these nutrients has the power to change everything. Imagine starting the morning with nutrients that awaken the nerves. B12 to activate neurological pathways, vitamin D3 to support muscle contraction, omega-3s to enhance blood flow. These nutrients don't just sit in your bloodstream, they travel, they integrate, they repair. Vitamin D binds to receptors inside the muscles within hours, helping them contract more efficiently. B12 begins repairing nerve insulation, the myelin sheath, which is responsible for transmitting signals quickly from the brain to the legs. Omega-3s reduce inflammation inside blood vessels, allowing oxygen to travel more freely. This isn't slow medicine, this is immediate biological activation. Then, throughout the day, the muscles receive another wave of support, potassium from fruits like bananas and oranges to stabilize muscle contractions, calcium from yogurt or leafy greens to strengthen both bones and muscle fibers, antioxidants from nuts and seeds to boost circulation. Each nutrient acts like a microscopic engineer, tightening bolts, cleaning pathways, and smoothing the machinery inside your legs. And by nighttime, magnesium steps in, the mineral responsible for releasing tension accumulated throughout the day. Magnesium calms the nervous system, relaxes muscle tissue, and prevents the painful clamp-like cramps that wake so many seniors out of deep sleep. In a study published in Magnesium Research, adults who supplemented with magnesium saw a dramatic reduction in nighttime cramps, reporting fewer awakenings and stronger legs upon waking. The beauty of this daily routine is not just what it adds to your body, it's what it restores. Most older adults don't realize that they've been running on nutritional empty for years. The body sends signals, cramps, shaking, heaviness, unstable walking, but we mistake them for normal aging. They are not. They are communication, warning signs, your muscles telling you they've been operating without enough fuel. And once the fuel finally arrives, the transformation begins quietly, often in small ways. You wake up without cramps. You walk without heaviness. You climb stairs without grabbing the railing. Then the changes grow bigger. Stronger legs, smoother balance, less fatigue, more confidence. These changes are not magic. They are the direct result of biochemical restoration. One of the most compelling studies from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy showed that when seniors corrected their vitamin D and magnesium levels, their fall risk dropped by nearly 50% in just a few weeks. Why? Because their muscles were firing faster, their nerves were communicating more clearly, their reflexes were sharper, their bodies were once again capable of rapid correction, essential for preventing falls. These are life-changing outcomes that begin with something as simple as consistency, a morning routine, a midday nutrient source, an evening mineral. Repeat it daily, let your body absorb it, use it, rebuild with it. Even more fascinating is how quickly muscles respond to improved circulation. Vitamin E, omega-3s, and nitric oxide boosting foods help blood flow reach the lower body more efficiently. Muscles that were once starving for oxygen suddenly receive everything they need. This boosts ATP production, the energy currency inside your cells, making each step feel lighter. This is why many seniors report that their legs feel awake, alive, or energized after adopting this nutrient routine. Their muscles are no longer suffocating, they're breathing again. Every nutrient in this routine has a purpose. Vitamin D gives strength, Magnesium gives relaxation. Potassium gives electrical stability. B12 gives neurological precision. Calcium gives contraction power. Omega-3s give circulation. Vitamin E gives oxygen delivery. Each one contributes to a single goal, restoring the structural integrity of your legs. And when you do this daily, consistently, you build momentum. That momentum turns into progress. That progress turns into strength. And that strength turns into independence. What makes this routine so powerful is not its complexity, but its simplicity. You don't need extreme workouts. You don't need expensive therapies. You don't need complicated equipment. Your legs are waiting for nutrients that activate the systems already built into your body. When you give your body what it needs, it responds, it repairs, it rebuilds. And this is true even at 50, 60, 70, 80, and beyond. Age does not stop your muscles from strengthening, only deficiency does. Within 10 to 14 days, most people feel a shift. Their legs don't cramp as easily, their steps feel steadier, they move with more confidence, and by 30 days, the transformation deepens, balance improves, walking speed increases, everyday tasks become easier, and that feeling you thought was lost, the feeling of strength, begins to return. The message is simple but powerful. Your legs are not failing, they are waiting for the nutrition that allows them to function the way they were designed. And once you give them that daily routine of vitamins and minerals, the body begins doing what it has always done best, rebuilding, repairing, and restoring your strength from the inside out.